YouTube, it's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, it is official. The moment we all been waiting for. Undefeated two-division world champion, reigning WBO super featherweight world champion, silver medalist in the Olympics, Shakur Stevenson, superstar boxer, 17 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout. He is 24 years of age, 5'7", with a 68-inch arm reach. He will be taking on undefeated two-division world champion, reigning WBC super featherweight world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is 31 years of age. Oscar Valdez is 30 wins, no losses, no draws, 23 wins by way of knockout. He's 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach. So Shakur Stevenson is 2 inches taller than Oscar Valdez, 2-inch arm reach advantage over Oscar Valdez. Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw. Oscar Valdez is an orthodox fighter. We've been waiting for an official announcement for Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez massive unification bout, okay? And now we have the massive unification bout officially signed, sealed, and ready to be delivered April 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mandalay Bay Arena. Can't wait for this fight. Now, obviously, Shakur Stevenson last week, he stated that Oscar Valdez was hesitant to, sign the contract. Shakur Stevenson, he stated that he agreed to everything. We know top rank CEO, legendary promoter, Bob Arum, who promotes Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. Bob Arum is on record stating that the fight was official, but everybody was waiting for Oscar Valdez to do his part. Now, Oscar Valdez, he posts doing his part. He signed the contract. Last week, a couple of days ago, Oscar Valdez, he was training, he was working out, and he sent Shakur Stevenson a message that he was going to sign. He was going to make it official, and that they were going to make sure that they had this fight signed, sealed, and delivered. Obviously, Oscar Valdez, surrounding his last fight, he tested positive for a banned substance, amphetamine, and when he tested positive ahead of his fight with Olympic gold medalist Brazilian star boxer Robson Conceicao, which was taking place, Oscar Valdez, had a lot of cloud surrounding him. Okay, a lot of people were saying that he should be stripped. A lot of people were saying Oscar Valdez, at least needs to be suspended. We had the WBC World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman. He came out, he defended Oscar Valdez and defended not disciplining Oscar Valdez. And he stated that, Oscar Valdez, it was equivalent to taking 10 Red Bulls, okay? Well, that is a pick-me-up. That's a performance enhancer. Nonetheless, they didn't, punish Oscar Valdez, and that didn't sit well with many people. And then the fight took place in Oscar Valdez's backyard in Arizona, and he had the actual fight with Robson Conceicao, and he didn't put on that best performance. Robson Conceicao was outboxing Oscar Valdez. He won the first half of the fight clearly. The referee, as Andre Ward put it, gave Oscar Valdez a little bit of home cooking, because Robson Conceicao, a point was taken from him from a hit behind the head, which he was never warned, but Oscar Valdez repeatedly hit Robson Conceicao behind the head, and he was initially never warned. And then when he started getting warnings, he got multiple warnings instead of a point taken. But Robson Conceicao immediately got a point taken, and many people felt like, that was, that was in, a home cooking to secure a victory for Robson Conceicao, okay? For Shakur Stevenson against Robson Conceicao. So with that said, it was unfortunate, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, he got the victory, okay? That's Oscar Valdez. He got the victory, unanimous decision. One judge, he saw it as the fight wasn't even close, that didn't go, without notice. Many people complained about that. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even a competitive fight, according to one judge, So with that said, this took place back in September of 2021. He got a unanimous decision over Robson Conceicao. Referee Tony Zano was the referee in that fight. One judge had it 117-110 landslide for Robson for Oscar Valdez. The other judges had it 115-112. So you have two judges 115-112, a very close fight. But the other judge 117-110, a landslide for Oscar Valdez. Well, that speaks volumes in itself. Okay, and many people were not happy with those results. Okay. So with that said, nonetheless, this fight is going to take place where you have two of the best fighters in the world facing off. Now, Oscar Valdez, he's ranked in the pound for pound. Oscar Valdez is seen as one of the best fighters in the world, obviously, Now, Shakur Stevenson, he fought a month later, October 23rd, against WBO reigning super featherweight world champion Jamel Herring, in which Shakur Stevenson, he got a 10th round stoppage victory over Jamel Herring in an impressive fashion, okay? And at the time of the stoppage, Shakur Stevenson was up on all the judges' scorecards, 90-81, landslide. One judge had it 89-82, but he was clearly dominating the fight against Jamel Herring. The referee was Mark Nelson. It took place in Georgia, and he got a 10th round knockout stoppage victory over Jamel Herring, put on a masterclass performance, and dominated the fight. So with that said, this is a fight that has been long in the makings because you had Oscar Valdez, who, was the champion at featherweight at 126 before Shakur Stevenson even got to, to be a world champion. And he was the mandatory for Oscar Valdez for the 126-pound WBO title. But Oscar Valdez, he vacated the title and he moved up and fought Miguel Bichel. And shockingly, he dominated Miguel Bichel and knocked out Miguel Bichel. And many people were surprised because Miguel Bichel was the bigger, stronger guy. Miguel Bichel was 38 wins, no losses. 38 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 34 big wins by way of knockout going into that fight. He's younger than Oscar Valdez, 30 years of age, 5'7", with almost a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, so he has a 4-inch arm reach advantage, a 2-inch height advantage over Oscar Valdez. He was on a tear, knocking everybody out since his one blemish on his resume back in 2014. So he was on a 7-year winning streak. Okay, and he was knocking everybody out. Okay, and then Oscar Valdez comes into the fight with Miguel Bichel as the underdog, moving up in weight to challenge Miguel Bichel, okay? And he knocks out Miguel Bichel in the 10th round of their fight, okay? And going into the fight, the referee was Russell Mora, and all of the judges had Oscar Valdez winning the fight. One judge had Oscar Valdez winning 87-82. Another judge had Oscar Valdez winning a landslide 89-80. And another judge had Dave Moretti. He had 88-81 Oscar Valdez up before the knockout in the 10th round. So both guys got 10th round knockouts in their debuts, at super featherweight. Okay, so Shakur Stevenson, he stopped Jamel Herring in the 10th round to end Jamel Herring's reign as the WBO champion. And Oscar Valdez, he stopped Miguel Bichel in the 10th round of their fight to end Miguel Bichel's reign as the WBC super featherweight world champion. Now, obviously, since then, Oscar Valdez, he got another fight in his fight against, Robson Conceicao. But again, there was a lot of controversy that surrounded that fight. There was a lot, of people that weren't happy he was allowed to, go unscathed, and the WBC was just defending it and essentially protecting Oscar Valdez. So Oscar Valdez was he was the mandatory, that being Shakur Stevenson at featherweight, and ESPN's panel of Andre Ward, Timothy Bradley, who are 2 former world champions, retired. Andre Ward is already an icon, Olympic gold medalist, and a Hall of Famer. He retired undefeated. And Timothy Bradley is a 2-division world champion. He was a superstar in the sport as he was participating. And then you have, Joe Tessitore, and you had Mark Kriegel. And they were all in agreement that Oscar Valdez, they felt like Oscar Valdez was avoiding Shakur Stevenson when Oscar Valdez was at featherweight at 126, okay? And so with that said, now they all felt like Oscar Valdez, needed to sign. I feel like Oscar Valdez did not truly want this fight, okay? I do not believe for a second that his longtime trainer, his new longtime trainer, okay, well-renowned trainer, two-time trainer of the year, and that being Eddie Reynoso. I do not think for a second that Eddie Reynoso and Oscar Valdez wanted this fight with Shakur Stevenson. I believe that because of everything that took place with the Terrence Crawford situation with top-ranked ESPN and Bob Arum, and Terrence Crawford taking him to court, I do think that that played a major part in them making this fight happen, because they had to prove, because Terrence Crawford, who is a well-renowned athlete in the sport of boxing, he's considered to be pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. He's undefeated with 38 wins, no losses, no draws, 29 big wins by way of knockout, 3-division champion, undisputed at junior welterweight. And Terrence Crawford, he feels like he was untreated. He was treated unfairly. They did not know how to treat African American fighters, nor did they want to push and support and promote African American fighters like they promote Mexican American fighters or other ethnics. So with that said, when that came out, suddenly just less than 24 hours, you got the news that Oscar Valdez, Shakur Stevenson is going to fight. So I don't believe for a second that Oscar Valdez was chomping at the bit to make this fight happen. As Bob Arum told me, Oscar Valdez and company, they were looking to fight Emmanuel Navarrete, who is a 2-division world champion, and he's the champion at 126. So I don't think for a second that they were looking for that fight with Shakur Stevenson first. I think this was a plan that they put together, big fight, and I think that ESPN also wanted this fight as well. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. April 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, Mandalay Bay Arena, Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson, massive unification bout. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.